Good morning everyone, this is Sibbe Bladh. I know you've been missing my talks, but I can't afford to waste time on this because you don't share my videos or like my videos, so it doesn't make any sense to put effort into this. But since I see so much confusion going on, I have to make a little comments about the situation. It's amazing how extremely impossible and difficult it seems for many humans to see reality and where everything is going, where the development are heading. Seems like many people are so completely lost in egotism, so they can only see their self and their own reality. And since they have been fed with all this bullshit about believe in yourself, create your own reality and stuff, they are insane. They are sick. They are self-absorbed on harmful levels. And they have a lot of funny ideas how this thing should be run or where it's going. One have to open one's eyes and to really look at the true reality, unfiltered reality, unprocessed reality, free from idealism, free from fantasy, free from wishes, and just with a completely realistic thinking about things. That's very important. Otherwise you will suffer tremendously. It will be like an accident. The future will be like an accident if you're not ready. If you refuse it, it will run over you and leave you flat and dead. We are going through heavy changes right now. The world's population are estimated to decrease 50% over the next coming 60 years, while the third world countries are growing. Africa is estimated to double its population. So it's massive contrast going on in the world. The technological development, it will keep on pushing and taking us to new worlds and new realities that we never thought was possible. It's expected to come robots that are surpass humans in thinking, acting, walking in 2029. But it seems like this development has been can even come earlier. And by that time humans become inferior, and that will have to take an implant in their brain to update, to be able to think in the speed that the new world is going. Otherwise it will be like the blind mold that is simply in the way of the new reality. It's like the book of Revelation said, everybody will take this mark on their forehead to be a part of the world of the beast. Because the beast is the supercomputer, the new false god that will control everything with a merciless knowledge information system. And to be a part of this system you have to update by becoming cyborg that use machinery to think faster, to be more efficient, and to be updated in tune with reality. And regardless what one feel about this or think about this or what political ideology you belong to, one have to take this into the calculation. This won't stop whatsoever political party will rule the administration. This cannot be stopped. the human races compete against each other, who can develop baddest technology. So whatever happens in the world, this can never ever ever be stopped. No matter how you make demonstrations or feel about this, it cannot be stopped, and one have to deal with that reality. So stop listening to these fucking dreamers, self-appointed fucking coaches and gurus that speak bullshit day and night long, repeating their slogans, the new age slogans, that ultimately is just ego boosting. Just going into your own fantasy world and believing that your thoughts will affect reality, what is going on. Fools, big fools, these people that live in a dream world while the actual world is changing fastly, rapidly now. They're still walking around in the jungle like a monkey and thinking themselves to be very important, and their reality is all there is. The thing I named homocentrism, which is the disability to see others' reality and reality at large. Other creatures, other animals, other biological systems. The homocentrists only see the world of the humans and think only the world of the humans and ultimately themselves are important. But it's all a misunderstanding of the purpose of the universe and the purpose of life and force. You see, you're here to produce soul, everlasting energy. And your body and soul are made up of many units that represent different energies and can interact with different energies. All these so-called gods, we call them in our tradition, they work to produce this holy energy. The Kvasir, the god of wisdom, the spirit of wisdom. That's what we are producing. And this spirit will ultimately liberate us, so we reach eternal life, eternal force, eternal consciousness. Nothing to worry about, nothing to be afraid about. Right now, the technology is merging with the spiritual. All smartphone, all digital connection, wire-free, is using the electromagnetic sphere, the spirit world. They have connected on the spirit world. When you take a phone call, it's going through the ether, through the electromagnetic sphere, through the spirit world, through Thor. So they use the natural function, and this natural function is where the soul travel when we die. We're supposed to travel in this field of the electromagnetic field, but since it's heavily disturbed from all the technological equipment, it's disturbing. We cannot live our true mission in life, our true purpose, our dharma, which is to produce holy eternal energy. So this is especially problematic, of course, and this is one important issue. Environmental destruction is another important issue that's worth fighting for. There's many things worth fighting for in this world, but it has to be done collectively as a united force. You see, it's not going to happen that a group of people screaming in the streets about their personal freedom and rights. It will not save, it will not direct destiny and where we are going. That will happen collectively, what we collectively choose to do. And if someone manipulate and rule us undercover in the wrong direction, it's still our fault. In the long run, it's our own responsibility to control the world. And if it's not working, we're doing something wrong. And then we have to attack what's wrong with our collaboration amongst humans, and not to scream of those who are smart enough to use this. They say they're criminals. They're smart enough to take the chance while the chance is there, and you give them the chance. So you have to point at yourself. You have to know yourself what's wrong with you, not what is wrong with the outside. And you must try to study the development, where things are going technologically, scientifically. You have to always be assured. You always have to be informed about this, so you can understand the future, where things are heading, and how you can affect this development, where it's heading. Many of these egocentric New Age so-called freedom fighters, they are so lost in the experience of themselves and human. It's like a gigantic baby that is crying for attention and wants the whole reality to revolve around them. They are not in focus, they are not in center anymore. They have taken themselves out from the center of action, from the center of reality, what is really going down. And they don't want to be a part of this even. So they don't want to have an influence what is going on. They just want to behave like 3-year-olds that is crying out and behaving bad. I think it's really sad when you see people in the crowd that are maybe like 30 years or older. It makes you think if they ever studied history or themselves, or it's so completely ignorant. It's so arrogant, this behavior, and it's embarrassing to see old people behave like youngsters or children. And it's naive. It's naive, it's embarrassing. It's a strange mix too between right and left-wing extremists going under a new age rainbow flag for unity and love or whatever, freedom. It's so fucking embarrassing, this. It's a comedy, it's really comic. And when I think about history and what shall be remembered or whatever, the only thing that counts is classical, traditional stuff. That is the only thing that will be remembered. The rest will be laughed at, alright? All extremes, all fanaticism, all crazy expressions, it will be a memory we laugh at. And the only thing that will be remembered is the classical, the traditional, the natural, the true, the strict. That is the only thing that is powerful enough to put an imprint on history and to be remembered. So that's the only thing we should deal with, is tradition. Classical, beautiful creations that are in tune mathematically and spiritually with the world and the universe. Simple as that. The more we create a complete fantasy of stupid behaviors, like you can see the Swedish government, they put posters everywhere with strange sex and stuff to try to affect people. This is an embarrassing part of history that will always be laughed at and remembered with horror and awe, how stupid the human race ever could have been. While all those who create classical stuff, they will have a part in history of those that developed mankind and made things better out of this world of ignorance and misery and poverty. You cannot be an idiot to try to clear out this mess. This needs clear mind, clear heads, clear thoughts, clear actions, and cooperation between humans. You see, you are completely powerless without each other. If you are alone against the machinery, against the system, against the development, you're nothing. You're going to be run over like a train. So you only have each other, and you hate each other so fucking much, and you blame everything on the others, the other humans, trying to teach each other, and endless quarreling. And many preach about unity while their hearts are filled with hate against other races, against other classes, whatever. they're filled with this hate. And then everybody wants to use this talk, this sweet talk about rights, freedoms, and all this other bullshit that has nothing to do whatsoever with reality. It's just politics on a micro scale. People just acting out same drama you see all over, which in the end just reveals what kind of drama they have inside, what kind of disunity they have inside. They're not unified, free thinkers with open minds. They believe themselves to be a liberal movement of free thinkers that are heading for some kind of future. But that's all self-deception. They're just a bunch of idiots that are even more easy to control for the controllers, for those that are smart enough to use this situation and use other people's stupidity. They make themselves to an easy target. They're susceptible for manipulation. They have no natural immune system against this. Some intellectual immune system is broken, and they're full of ego, full of childish dreams. And now they want to unite and scream. This is real herd mentality. You see, when people clump up physically, they are easy to poison, spread disease, or even kill them, shoot all of them, bomb them. One have to spread out. That is the rule of the nuclear war. Everybody have to spread out miles between each and every person. Then there could be a collective survival. If everybody go together like a mass of people, it's really easy to get rid of them, control them. It's like a herd of cattle. So don't go into this herd mentality and make noise and act. Forget that. Study reality, study development, study technology, study science, and understand what is happening so you can take whatever measures you need to face this reality that is coming. Don't miss out. Don't be an idiot. Don't live in the past. Don't stay in the past. All these people are expressions from the last centuries. They are the screaming of a dying world, of a dying human world that have to go. And we can make this easy. We could collaborate, we could decrease suffering, we could make this change beautiful. Or we can make it even more ugly and destroy even more externally what we don't understand or what we don't are a part of. You see, but development won't stop. So it's all about adaptation, learning the new possibilities, the new realities. And it's not about getting caught in the last centuries, where humans were the center of everything. Those times are gone. Man have to keep developing their intellect, their physical and spiritual essence. That is your only measure of worth. And don't get caught in these material waves of illusion. Don't get pulled into that, other people's fantasies and things. I know it makes you feel safe in some kind of way, but it's better to see reality as it is and try to deal with it realistically. So, the future is not an ideology, it's reality. When we speak about artificial intelligence and where the development is going, it's not because we want that. It's not that we believe in that is the best solution, but that is what actually is happening. And nothing will be able to stop that. Some people want to go back and live in the forest like hunters, gatherers, having 20 kids per family, and it's not realistic. It's too many people in this world. There's too much surveillance, too big societies, too big nations for this to be accomplished. It can happen very locally in natural places, of course, Siberia and different very distant locations where it's hard for the modern world to reach. But it cannot happen in the mainstream world. Society is what it is. It's building itself. And I see humans, they screaming out that they are doing this, they are building their world, putting all their effort and energy in their world, and they control their world, and either you're part of it or you're not. That's it. It's all about control, controlling your investments, your creation, your work. And they are creating their system and protecting their system. And you are a part of it. What you call they have taken away, that was freedom that was given to you from an earlier stage where you were more enslaved, more unfree. And now all of a sudden this is taking something away from you because you have forgotten that you are a part of this system. And there is still wild areas. If you want to die naturally, you can go out in the wild. There is still wild forest and areas in the world. It's not completely colonized world. There's a few spots where you can still die naturally. I think dying close to the northern lights is a good thing, because then you have massive cosmic energy rays in the air that you might be able to travel into those waves instead of the electromagnetic smog of the modern world, where it captures souls. So if you are a real mystic, if you are a real freedom fighter, you're going for that. You're going to die in a natural location with natural energies. I don't know, maybe the collective building phase of humanity is over, when we was metaphysical families that built big grave mounds and was working with the spirit world, and it seems like all this collective has been shattered. All the chance for a natural indigenous life, native life might be over. The brainwash is so powerful from society and media. It could be an age that is lost. But also that could also happen spontaneously, locally. It won't end because it's man's true nature. But it's so heavily suppressed by the technological advances that society is doing. We're on space level. We're on exploring space level, colonizing space level. That's where we're at. Society might head at that direction. And only those who can be useful citizens have a place in this new world. Those who make too much resistance at some point will have to be removed, because they are a stumbling block in the way of development, in the way of society. So one have to think about that so you don't become too antisocial. You get too lost in these revolutionary ideas and this big future that they are dreaming about, and be a bit more realistic and see what is really going on. So don't go for the hype. Don't go to the streets and make noise. Go inside of yourself, go to peace, go to knowledge, go to wisdom, go to spiritual power, and manifest wisely. You know, that will make a far more impact on history. Alright, that was today's little talk, and I know you missed my talks, like I said initially, but I can't afford to waste time on this because you don't give me any feedback or anything. So I put my energy on other things that feels more effective. But I will drop a video from then to then, and if you want something, just write to me, give me a call, and I'll see what I can do about it. Alright, take care everybody, bless. you.